Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Our lecture today is about paragraph structure, chapter 3. So this is lecture 4 and it's about paragraph structure. Okay, we are going to talk about organization. There are three important points in this paragraph. Which is, the first thing we are going to talk about is the three parts of paragraph. As we have learned in chapter 1, a paragraph is a group of related sentences that develop one main idea. So the first important thing that paragraph deals with one main idea. Okay, in this chapter we are going to study paragraph structure in details. A paragraph has three parts: topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Okay, a paragraph is like a sandwich. This is very important point to clarify what is a paragraph, how we understand this. So a paragraph is like a sandwich. Okay, the topic sentence and the concluding sentences are the two pieces of bread, including the meat, the supporting sentence. So we have the topic sentence and the concluding sentence are the pieces of bread, the outer parts or the covers, okay? And in the middle we have the meat or the supporting sentences. Okay, here we have a model about Hawaiian wedding. I want you to read, okay? And to find these three parts: the opening or the topic sentence and the supporting sentences and the concluding sentence. Okay, the topic sentence is the most important sentence in a paragraph. Why it's the most important sentence in a paragraph? It has two parts or two roles. First, to give a title to the paragraph, and it's also provide a controlling idea. The topic names the subject, okay, of the paragraph. What's the subject of the paragraph? What's the idea of the paragraph? So the topic sentence will give a name for the paragraph, the subject. In our model, for example, the topic is Hawaiian wedding. The controlling idea tells what the paragraph will say about the topic. Okay, the controlling idea tells what the paragraph will say about the topic. I mean, to limit the topic, and to that the writer work according to one idea, will not go beyond the limits or the borders of this idea. It's called the controlling idea because it controls or limits the topic to a very specific point or points. Here we have some examples about topic and controlling idea. Some marriages are union of two families. Some marriages are union of two individuals. So here we have the topic and we have the controlling idea. Okay, the position where we should put the topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence in a paragraph, okay? And a topic sentence at the beginning of a paragraph gives reader an idea of what they will read. This helps them understand the paragraph. So the topic sentence should be at the beginning of the paragraph, and here it's very important because it will help the reader to understand what is the paragraph talking about. Okay, not too general as we said, and not too specific. Has a limit, or it's not a general idea that you can write different things, and should not be also too small or too specific. Here we have an example: too general and too specific, and a good one. Okay, and I have done this exercise or practice 2 which one is the good idea, which one is too general, which one is the too specific topic sentence. Okay, here in this in B and in B, yes, 1, 2, you have to write what a topic sentence for these paragraphs. Okay. Okay, now we move to developing the topic sentence. How we develop the topic sentence. Imagine that you are given the topic friend. For example, you have this topic, friends, to write a paragraph about. So friends is too large a topic as a topic for it's too large as a topic for paragraph. So you need to narrow it to a smaller topic. Okay, and how we can narrow the topic? Make a list of every word or phrase that comes into your mind about the word friends. For example, to make a list about friends, everything that comes to your mind, you can write it down in a list, and then you choose one of these. For example, we will choose, or here the writer choose as an example, what is a friend? Okay, this will be what topic sentence, and then choose one of the smaller topics, one of the item from your list. You might choose what is a friend. For example, okay, make a second list. Here you are going to write what the topic sentence. Okay, make a second list while thinking about this smaller topic. So here from the first list, you choose the title of your paragraph, and in the second list, you choose what? The topic sentence. For example, the second list includes have fun with a friend, have fun with, hang out with, can trust, share problems, is loyal, and so on. So you will choose one of these to make it as your topic sentence. Any of these idea can be the controlling idea in your topic sentence. Okay. So any one of these will be what the controlling. We can include it in a sentence, in topic sentence, and it will be the controlling idea. For example, a friend is a person you have fun with. Okay. We here we make it, or we put it in a sentence to have what topic sentence, okay, including the limits or the what the topic and the topic sentence and the controlling idea. Okay. Here we have to try it out. Okay, now we come to the supporting sentences. So we started with the topic sentence that include the controlling idea, and now we come to the supporting sentences. The supporting sentences explain the topic. Okay, the supporting sentence from the name support, that means to provide support. Supporting sentence to provide examples, to provide more details about the topic or the title of your paragraph. By giving more information about its supporting point sentences, list the main point of the paragraph. Here we have the supporting sentences, examples. Okay, and here we have in practice, and we have the topic sentence, and we have to provide more details or supporting sentences. For example, we have owning a small car has several advantages. Okay, so what are the supporting sentences that can support this idea? A small car is easier to park. A small car will need just a little of fuel. You will spend less money on it. Okay, a small car is environmentally friendly, does not pollute environment. A small car moves easily in crowded streets. These are the supporting sentences that support the main idea, which is owning a small car has several advantages. Here you have another example, and I hope that you can work on the other, for example, 4 and 2 and 5. 6 2. Okay, the examples also, we can use examples to what? To illustrate the supporting point sentence, okay? Examples are good support because they are specific. They make your meaning very clear. Okay, so how we add examples? What are the signal phrases? We have signal phrases that we start with to write examples. We can use for example or for sentence, okay? And then we have to put what? A comma after them. And we can also use such as, okay, to give example. So here when we use for example or for instance should be followed by a comma, okay, when we start giving an example as a supporting details or supporting information. Signal phrases for examples. Here we have for example are for instance, okay, and should be followed by a comma, and we have such as. Okay, here fill in the blanks. So use for example, for instance, or such as to fill these blanks. Okay, here this diagram, okay, it's belong to the paragraph that we have studied on page 38, and I have worked on to fill the diagram. For example, start with the topic sentence, then the supporting sentences. After that, the example that support the first supporting sentence, or the three examples here we have, or four, and then we have another supporting sentence. So, and there are also more examples to support the main idea, and then it's end with the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence, a concluding sentence signals the end of paragraph. So it's the end of your paragraph to write your concluding sentence, and reminds the reader about the main idea. So in your concluding sentence, you have to remind your reader about your main idea. And here we have examples how to do that. Here are 3 tips, okay, advice or tips help you write a good concluding sentence. First, begin with a concluding signal, okay? So when you write your concluding sentence, you have to start with a concluding signal. Like what? Like all in all, in brief, in conclusion, sorry, indeed, in short, and so on. These are all our concluding signals, okay, and should be followed by comma. Or you can say, for example, it's clear that, or these examples show that, you can see that, and you don't need to write a comma, okay? So first, when you start your concluding sentence, you have to write a concluding signal. The second point, remind your reader of the main idea by one of the following methods. You have to remind your reader about the main idea by one of the following methods. Repeat the idea of the topic sentence in different words, not to copy the topic sentence, but to repeat it with different words. And here we have an example. The second, you can summarize the main idea or points of the paragraph. You can summarize the ideas, okay? And the third point about the tips about writing a concluding sentence. So never end a paragraph by introducing a new idea. Never write a new idea. When you conclude, so you don't need to add to give new information or to add a new idea. Okay, these are important things to focus on. Here we have a paragraph structure, okay? How to, for example, you have these sentences, and to organize them in a paragraph, starting with the topic sentence, and then the first supporting sentence, the examples, the other supporting or the second supporting sentence, more examples, third supporting sentence, and more examples, and then you end with what? Concluding sentence. So here we have number 1, number 2, 3. I have numbered these phrases, and I hope these sentences, sorry, and I hope that you can write it in a paragraph according to, I mean to organize these in a paragraph. Another important thing we have in this paragraph is the punctuation, and here we have apostrophe. In last or in the previous chapters we talk about comma. Today we are going to talk about apostrophe. Apostrophe, as it's shown here, okay, so we use it to make contractions, to make nouns and some pronouns possessive, and to make letters of the alphabet plural. Contraction like isn't, she is, it is, okay, won't, will not, they are, and they had, they would or they had. Okay, we use contraction in conversation and informal writing. This is a very important point, that we use contraction in conversation and informal writing. When you write on, for example, on Facebook to your friend, when you write a letter to your friend, you can use contraction, but you cannot use contraction when you write in academic writing, okay, a paragraph or a composition, for example. You should not use the contractions, okay. Possessive words show ownership of the phrase. To write possessive, we have two ways. We can use the possessive s, or we can use of the. In English, we can show ownership with noun in two ways. We can use an of the phrase, okay, and say the name of, for example, my friend, or we can use what? An apostrophe plus s. For example, the speed of the runner, or the runner's speed, the orders of the doctor, or the doctor's orders, okay, and so on. So in general, we use apostrophe or an apostrophe plus s more often when the owner is a living being, okay, and we use the phrase, the of phrase, more often when the owner is a non-living being. Okay, so we use apostrophe plus s, okay, when we're talking about a living being. For example, here we have an example to say the dog's leg, but we should say the leg of the table, because the table is non-living being. Okay, so here we use apostrophe plus s when we talk about a living being, and when we talk about non-living being, we should say of the phrase. When the owner's name is given, when we have the owner name, for example, we have Maria, so we should use the s apostrophe. Beside noun, we also made indefinite pronoun possessive. Indefinite pronoun are the words someone or anyone, somebody, anybody, everyone, everybody, no one, and nobody, and one. Okay, these are the indefinite noun. We can also use apostrophe as possessive when we talk about possessive. Okay, rule for forming possessive. Here we have this table that show how to form the possessive. Is it, for example, apostrophe plus s, or only apostrophe? So read this, it's very important. Okay, and the plural of letters of the alphabet, here use an alphabet plus apostrophe plus s to make letters of the alphabet plural. For example, there are 4 s's in and 4 i's in the word Mississippi. The teacher gave 10 a's and 2 f's last semester. Okay, here we have caution, tahdir, that we have to pay attention to these points, number 1, number 2, number 3. So please read and try to understand these. I don't want to make the video too long, because it will not be able to upload. Okay, here we have practice. Okay, so please try to work on these practices to make a possessive phrases, and here make possessive phrase also from these examples. Okay, and here we have the outline. It's also very important. The best way to organize a paragraph is to make an outline before you begin to write. An outline is like an architect plan for the house. So the outline is important, like an architect plan for the house. We cannot build a house without an architect plan. ما نقدر نبني بدون خريطة البناء. So it's very important here to make an outline, and here we have a very good outline. For example, in this paragraph, or sorry, in this chapter, we have to work on this when we write a paragraph. We start with the topic sentence, then the supporting point, the first supporting point, and then we give supporting details or examples, more examples, and then another supporting point and more details, more examples, and a third supporting sentence, and then we end with the concluding sentence. The review, there are the important points that we have talked about. A paragraph has 3 points: topic sentence, and supporting sentences, and what concluding sentence. And there is a details for each one of them. And also we have talked about apostrophe, and about the number 5, a detailed outline is helpful for important idea. Okay, so this is our lecture for today. I hope it will be useful. Okay, read it carefully. If you have any question, you can send me, and hope you all the best. Thank you.